New Year, just around the corner. And this year, making a New Year's resolution may just what you need to put behind the chaos of 2020. Author and life coach from the Imperfectly Perfect Life, Sherry Lead, joins us this morning to discuss resolutions. Good morning, Sherry.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thanks for being here. Listen, Sherry, we've heard this. I've said this. I don't want to make a resolution because I know I'm not going to keep it. Tell me you found the magic way for people to actually keep their resolutions.
I hope I do have the magic formula. I work with this a lot with my clients this time of year, and I have 5 questions I go through with them to kind of establish the resolutions. So hopefully they'll be as successful as possible.
All right, so let's run through some of these questions. I would love to, is it okay that can we get a session now with those 5 questions?
Yes, definitely. So the first question really is a brainstorming question. It's what would you like to work on in 2021? And this is where you dream big. Just write down everything that you think, in every aspect of your life that you want to work on this next year. Then 2, looking at what you just brainstormed, get specific. Number 2, what goals specifically would you like to work on this year? Once you have that, think of question 3, which is, what will be the measure of success? How will you know that you've successfully reached your resolution at the end of the year? Is it going to be a feeling? Is it something more tangible? What is that? Then number 4, ask yourself why. Why is this goal or resolution important to you right now? That why piece is very important because you want to make sure that the resolution is really coming from you and not some external source. So there's that why piece, number 4. And the last one, number 5, identify what are the possible stumbling blocks that you have that will prevent you from reaching your goal or your resolution. And once you identify those possible stumbling blocks, then you may need to tweak your goal or your resolution or just the method of getting to that endpoint.
All very pragmatic, all very logical, and it makes perfect sense to start at 30,000 feet, knock down the specifics, set the goals. What does success look like? So I'm assuming that you have done this. You're practicing what you preach. And so what would be your New Year's resolution for 2021? What's important to you?
Sure. Well, if 2020 taught me anything, the one thing it did teach is the importance of deepening my connections with the people around me. And so for 2021, my number 1 goal really is to cultivate and deepen my connections with my friends and my family.
So obviously this is something that will hit a chord with a lot of people. We've been so distant. I'm assuming that's why it's important to you, because we haven't been able to give those hugs and be together in the same room for a lot of this year, right?
Yes, it's been hard on everyone, extroverts, introverts alike. This year has been difficult.
So when it comes to putting that into play, okay, how can we nurture those relationships during social distancing? What does that look like? Because we got the why behind it, which I assume is really the most important part because that's your motivation. But how are we going to do this with the social distancing?
Sure. Well, technology often gets a bad rap, but this is where it's coming in, it's coming in handy this year. And I really suggest that, it's work. And I really suggest that people decide to make a commitment to, it could just be 15 minutes a day, 15 minutes a week, 15 minutes a month, but make a commitment to reach out to someone to tell them, what they mean to them, or at least just to have a conversation. I happen to have a girlfriend who's in the hospital, thankfully recovering from COVID right now, and she sent out a video to all of her girlfriends, thanking them for all the love that's been sent her way. But she also mentioned that she doesn't thank her girlfriends enough. She doesn't say these things enough to people, and this is what we need to do. We need to make this effort, and it is effort, but I guarantee you the work will pay off immeasurably.
Perfect, Sherry. Thank you so much for the great advice. Great things to take into 2021 as we turn the corner and put 2020 in the rear view. Thanks for the time this morning. We'll be right back.